Hello everyone, welcome to Apti Plus Academy for Civil Services. This is the video on daily topic-wise news analysis where we cover the news from two important newspapers, that is the Hindu and Indian Express. So we'll try to understand the news in very simple manner so that you understand it and easily comprehend, and you can further utilize the further point in the examination. So let's get started. So start with the topic first. Today is 8th of October. The first topic is artificial intelligence as a multi-dimensional tool. So the uses of artificial intelligence has been discussed. Now the second is natural gas marketing reform. Yesterday the government has taken some important decision with regards to the natural gas marketing reform. Now the third topic is India-Japan Pact for the Artificial Intelligence and 5G. The fourth topic is flood forecasting technology. This is an editorial which talks about the forecasting technology. And the last topic of the day is SC judgment on the public place protest. So with regards to the Shine Bagh protest which was in Delhi, so some of the public property was deliberately hired, and with regards to that Supreme Court has noted and given the judgment. So apart from all these five topics, we'll be discussing MCQs question at the end of this video and the explanation of yesterday question. तो जो कल के सवाल थे उसके करेक्ट ऑप्शंस और एक्सप्लेनेशन दोनों मैं आपको बताऊंगा. So stay tuned till end of this video. And those of you who are new to our channel, we have just launched the test series like CSC Mains 2020. So this would be very helpful for the aspirants who have appeared for the prelims this year. So do not waste your time. You have very paucity of time, and considering the time, you should enroll yourself for the mains test series, which would be very helpful for your to get success in the examination. So this is the mains test series and a prelims mock test series for the student who will be appearing for the upcoming civil services examination. So the description, in the description section, I have provided the link where you can check the details of both of the program and you can register yourself. So do check the description section for more details. And those of you who are new to our channel, do not forget to subscribe Apti Plus Academy for Civil Services on YouTube, and do not forget to hit the like button on this video. Now starting the news. So the first topic is artificial intelligence as a multi-dimensional tool. This is from the Indian Express. So this article is very important when it's come to the General Studies paper 3, Science and Technology part. उसके अलावे अगर prelims की बात करें, so the question can be here and there directly important for the prelims examination as well, right? So the recent RAISE summit which was there. So RAISE stand for Responsible AI for the Social Empowerment. Because we discussed this news as well, because the Prime Minister has himself advocated for the responsible AI in the social empowerment, and this was brought that the artificial intelligence should be the center of the policy discussion. So considering the technology upgradation और जो AI की ज़रूरत है को अगर समझे तो AI has become very important in the global arena. And countries across the world are making efforts to be the part of AI-led technology economy. And it is estimated कि जो आने वाले टाइम में जो AI है वो contribute करेगी 15.7 trillion to the global economy by 2030. So this is a potential of the AI technology. Now India की अगर बात करें, so the strategy is such, the roadmap is such कि AI for all की strategy बनाई जा रही है for the vast pool AI trained workforce. And this would be emerging as a startup ecosystem. Still, we have very good AI technology with regards to the major IT hubs like Hyderabad and Bengaluru. So these places already have some of the IT-based companies and a unique opportunity for the major contributor in the AI-driven solution. So AI is not only for, it's not confined to any one sector, but it can revolutionize the sectors like healthcare, agriculture, manufacturing, skilling and educations. So these are the 5 important areas where AI can have a huge impact. तो artificial intelligence की जो impact है इन सारे sectors पे उसको देखेंगे. So first, before we begin, what are the uses? What is AI? So AI is a branch of computer science which is concentrated with developing the machines that can complete tasks typically required the human intelligence, right? And with explosion of the available data expansion on the computing capacity, the world is witnessing the advancement in AI. जो हमारी artificial intelligence है उसमें काफ़ी advancement देखी गई है पिछले 5 सालों में. And the machine learning and deep learning is transforming all sector of the economy. Now, which are some of the important sector that we will discuss. So first, what is the status of AI in India? सो बात करें अगर यहाँ पे यंग पॉपुलेशन की, बिकॉज इंडिया इज अ कंट्री विच हैज़ अ लॉट ऑफ न्यू स्टार्टअप्स, सो यंग पॉपुलेशन इज स्किल्ड and eager to adopt the artificial intelligence. The country has been ranked in the second according to the Stanford AI Vibrancy Index. This is the index which again can be important for your prelims examination. So primarily on the account of large AI trained workforce. Now talking about the leading institution in India, we have some of the leading IITs, triple ITs, Indian Institute of Information Technology, NITs. They have potential to cradle the AI researchers, and these institution already has some centers. कुछ IITs ऐसे हैं जिसमें एक dedicated centers बनाए गए हैं artificial intelligence को लेकर के, right? And talking about the Indian startup, the innovation and developing solution with across the AI sector. Basically talking about the sector, it would be education, health, financial services and other domain of the societal problems. Now advantages की अगर बात करें AI की क्या क्या advantages हैं, सबसे पहले अगर देखते हैं machine learning को, तो machine learning basically is a part of the AI, is a component of the AI. So it is based on the deep learning algorithms in the AI that can give insights to the healthcare providers and predicting the future even patients also, right? And it can also aid the early detection and prevention of the disease by capturing the vital information of the patients. And during this time of the pandemic, the COVID-19 response, the AI-enabled chatbot was used by the MyGov, Government of India ने भी इसको use किया था for further communications, right? And AI-based application have biopharmaceuticals companies to significantly shorten their प्रीनिकल ड्रग्स, जो प्रीनिकल ड्रग्स के लिए जो चीज़ें आइडेंटिफिकेशन के लिए ज़रूरत है या जो डिज़ाइन प्रोसेस में जिस चीज़ों की मदद चाहिए होती है, सो AI बेस्ड एप्लीकेशन इज डूइंग कमेंडेबल जॉब, राइट? नाउ टॉकिंग अबाउट AI फॉर एग्रीकल्चर, किस तरह से एग्रीकल्चर में AI का इंपॉर्टेंस है, तो AI बेस्ड सॉल्यूशन ऑन द वाटर मैनेजमेंट, क्रॉप इंश्योरेंस, पेस्ट कंट्रोल आर अगेन बीन डेवलप्ड. एंड टेक्नोलॉजी लाइक इमेज रिकॉग्निशन हो गई, ड्रोन के मदद से ऑटोमेटेड इंटेलिजेंस मॉनिटरिंग फॉर इरीगेशन सिस्टम, बिकॉज इरीगेशन इज अगेन वन ऑफ द मेजर प्रॉब्लम इन इंडिया, एंड दैट कैन हेल्प टू कीप weed effectively, harvest better crop and ensure high yield, right? So this would also ensure higher yield. So agriculture per se would have a great relevance when it's come to the AI technology. Now the second sector is education, how education can help. So CBSE जो है हमारे इंडिया में, सेंट्रल बोर्ड ऑफ सेकेंडरी एजुकेशन, उन्होंने इंटीग्रेट किया है स्कूल के करिकुलम को AI बेस्ड टू इंश्योर that student passing out should have knowledge and skill with regards to data sciences, machine learning and artificial intelligence. तो class 12 तक के जो बच्चे हैं, they are also being trained with the AI educations, right? Basic educations जो हैं वो उनको दी जा रही है. And the Ministry of Information and Electronics and Information Technology, they have launched a Responsible AI for Youth, एक प्रोग्राम है जो कि अप्रैल में लॉन्च की गई थी, where more than 11,000 students from the government school have completed their basic course in the artificial intelligence. So India is making the all best possible way to nurture the young minds in the AI technology that can further improve the startup, the entrepreneurial ecosystem in India, right? Now, what would be the way forward? Talking about the way forward, artificial intelligence offer the limitless opportunity and it could empower individual, जैसा मैंने आपको बताया, empower individual in terms of startup, in terms of entrepreneurship, everything would be increased and ultimately they would be contributing to the economy and increase the ease of doing business as well. And as AI work digitalized inclusion included, it will also ripple the economy growth and prosperity. तो completely जो contribution होगी, that would be there in the GDP. And India want to build a rich data and data driven society through AI which offer limitless opportunity to improve our society. जो सामाजिक लेवल पे जो बेसिकली असमानताएं हैं उसको ख़त्म करने में, empower individual को empower करने में, and increase the ease of doing business. So ease of doing business is there, so the trading components of the business is automatically improved. And the last point is that RACE 2020, जो आपको मैंने समिट के बारे में स्टार्टिंग में बताया था, it can brought together the global expert to create a roadmap for responsible AI. So already some of the summits has held with regards to the AI technology, and I personally feel in coming to 5 to 6 years, AI can have a huge boost in India. Talking about the basically the basic understanding of the AI, the real time uses of the AI, though everything would be somewhere close to the AI technology, right? So this would be the way forward. Now coming to the other news, that is natural gas marketing reform. This is there from the Hindu. Recently, the cabinet has taken decision, the cabinet committee on economic affair. So this is important for your general studies paper 2. And talking about the natural gases, this section is important for the prelims, as well as this section is also important for your general studies paper 3. So the cabinet committee on economic affair, it's also known as CCEA. It's a very powerful affair body which take major decision. So it has recently approved the natural gas marketing reform. It was long pending, it was long due. So the reform aimed to standardize the procedures to discover the price that was sold in the market. So how it will help, that also I'll tell you. But the policy also permit the affiliate companies to participate in the bidding process in view of open, transparent and electronic biddings, right? So this would be some of the advantages of it. Now again, talking about the major advantages of the reform, the decision which was taken, how it could impact. So the first advantage is that the natural gas marketing reform जो है, it will facilitate and promote more competition in the marketing of the gas, right? क्योंकि जो bidders हैं, जो और competitors हैं, उनके बीच में competitions होगी, तो ultimately जो उसकी marketing होगी वो एक competitive price पे होगी. Now the center has also said that policy would bring uniformity to bring the bidding process across the contextual regime, and the policy also avoid ambiguity and contribute towards ease of doing business. So ultimately the aim is that the business should be ease, it should be ease of doing business, so that our ranking improve and the investor which is coming to India, who would be investing FDI in India, has a positive impact, right? And the policy would also grant permission freedom to the field development plans, those block in where production sharing contract already provided with the freedom of the prices, right? So this is also very important कि जो market की जो freedom है, जो field development plans है, वो भी adequately distributed हो उस block में जहाँ पे production sharing contractor के लिए ज़्यादा मददगार हो सकती है. Now, if we conclude this point, the government expect that the move would spur the productions of infrastructure for the marketing of the natural gas while creating the job consuming sector including the MSME. तो इस सेक्टर से अगर गैस सेक्टर्स की अगर बात करें तो there's two major point. First, the creation of the job, and the second that it would augment the MSME sector. The micro, small and medium enterprises would be the sector who would be more benefited with this, right? So this is on a nutshell that it can improve both in terms of creating job and other the MSME sector, which is contributing at least 35% to the GDP, right? Now this is an infographic which is there in the PIB. You can also read it out. So some of the important point, what are the big leap with regard to the gas based economy and the national gas marketing reform approval. So to prescribe the standard procedures to discover the market price, which I have already told you, it would permit and facilitate bidding process, which I have also told you regarding the field development plans. It is known as FDP. So this section would be relevant for the prelims examination. It will bring uniformity, it will facilitate competition. So this is in the form of infographic. Now the second, it will have a massive push in the gas consumption to ensure the sustainability of the domestic production. It will further increase the investment in the downstream industries. It will create employment opportunity, and as I told you, it would be included in the MSME sector, and it will encourage the spirit of Atmanirbhar Bharat and reduce the import dependence, because through Atmanirbhar Bharat the main motive is that we should completely reduce the import of anything such material which can be improved in India only. So gas marketing and gas reform is something which would be helped by this reform. So this was the cabinet decision, and this is the infographic which can help you. You can pause this video and you can read it out. Now coming to the other topic, that is India-Japan Pact for the AI and 5G. This has been reported in the international page of the Hindu. Basically, you can find in the national page also. So this would be relevant for your general studies paper 2 per se, and equally important for your general studies paper 3. So India and Japan has finalized a landmark cyber security agreement provided for the enhancing cooperation on the 5G technology, artificial intelligence, and critical information infrastructure called CII. So the announcement of the agreement followed by the 13th India-Japan Foreign Ministers Strategic Dialogue. This was between the Indian Foreign Minister S. Jaishankar and his Japanese counterpart in the Tokyo. So these things took place in Tokyo. This was not a virtual meeting. Now the area of agreement where the consensus were made, where the agreement were signed. So the first is the cyber security. Second is the cooperation in the capacity building. Third is research and development. Fourth is security and resilience in the area of critical information infrastructure, 5G, that is fifth generation Internet of Things. It's also known as IoT, and artificial intelligence. So these are some of the important sectors which the area of agreement was signed. And specifically talking about Internet and Things and artificial intelligence. So this is something which is again important from your science and technology portion of the prelims examination. Now, what is the impact of this agreement? How this would benefit India? So the announcement is expected to draw the attention of the stakeholders, specifically the Indian 5G sectors, and it would be readily opening for the international operation, especially in the lack of clarity on the possible participation of the Chinese technology in the Indian, basically talking about the telecom sector. As you know that talking about the China and US trade war. So it retaliation, US has banned for 5G and Huawei in USA. So that has a huge impact in India as well. So let's see whether the Chinese conglomerate or Chinese company would be participating with the Indian telecom sectors, because recently the Supreme Court has also given judgment with regards to the tariff sharing profits which was there. So the judgment was also provided in the favor of the company as well. But let's see how the Chinese company or the major giants would be participating in the 5G technology, because India is more inclined to be self-sufficient and making it more indigenous when it's come to the 5G technology. So this is something which is again an important point. A mains question can be directly asked with regards to this topic. Now talking about the assistance from the Japan. So Japan Foreign Minister highlighted that they would be supporting India by giving $50 billion yen. This would be like assistance to the loan and 1 billion yen in grant to the provision with regards to the medical support to fight against the COVID-19. So Japan is giving assistance to India. And India and Japan has also exchanged idea on the regional and global issues, which include the mutual interest, and agreed on the stronger part of enduring participation between the two countries. Because see, considering the COVID-19 pandemic, all over the world has been impacted, but the relation between the two important countries like India and Japan, India and Australia, India and Russia. So these are some of the important countries which has helped India during the time of the pandemic. And both countries has reiterated that the Indo-Pacific region has become more important amid the circumstances and the reaffirmed the similarities which is there with regards to the version. So the dominance of China has again taken the dominance of China has also risen in the Indo-Pacific region, and the country like India and Japan do not want that China should entirely dominate the region. So this is something which would be again taking the surcharge of it and would definitely impact the Indo-Pacific region, contributing India's and Japan contributions, right? So this is with regards to the assistance by the Japan. Now the other topic is flood forecast technology. This is an editorial which has been reported in the Hindu. And this talks about the India needs a technology capability workforce that would master enable weather and the forecast model. So this would be important for your general studies paper 1, where some of the important concepts for the geography would be important. And this concept is very much relevant for your prelims examination as well. So India need a technical capable workforce that can master, assemble weather and the flood forecast model. And these are the times which happen in India during the flood event. And the user testing, talking about the end users, अगर मैं आपको आखिरी की बात बताऊं, जिस तरह से म्यूनसिपैलिटीज़ हैं, डिजास्टर मैनेजमेंट के लोग हैं, ये लोग को बहुत कम टाइम मिलता है किसी भी फ्लड के इंफॉर्मेशन के बाद रिस्पॉन्स करने के लिए। तो इंडिया में अभी भी टेक्नोलॉजिकली जो वर्क फ्लो जिस तरह से मास्टर्ड होनी चाहिए, वी ओनली हैव एनडीआरएफ, राइट। एनडीआरएफ की जो टीम है दैट इज़ अंडर द जुरिस्डिक्शन ऑफ एमएचए, मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ होम अफेयर के अंदर काम करती हैं सारी चीज़ें। बट बात करें टॉकिंग अबाउट the need of the is and the urgency which is required, still we are lacking a lot। तो उसी को लेकर के बातें कही गई है। कुछ इंपॉर्टेंट स्टेट्स हैं जैसे आसाम की फ्लड है, बिहार है, कर्नाटका है, केरला एंड तमिलनाडु। So these are the state where flood is prominent, and despite the fact that we knew it, we do not have many preparation with regards to this, right? Now, Assemble flood forecast, what is it? So this would help, by this technology it would help the local administration for better decision making, and it will ultimately help for better prepared and determine the flood forecast. So the country like United States and the European Union and Japan, they have already been shifted toward the Assemble flood forecasting along with the undulating modulating, right? So these are some of the two important tools through which the weather forecast is being forecasted in the developed countries. And India has recently shifted to the deterministic forecast, that is a rising or falling type of the forecast as part of the model run. So we definitely need to improve the standard. We need to also get into the Assemble flood forecast so that we can predict the flood or any mishappening, natural calamities which could be there in India can be easily predicted. Now talking about the multiple agencies in India, so IMD is a department, Indian Meteorological Department is there, that issues the meteorological and weather forecast. And this organization is again supplemented by the Central Water Commission, that is TVC. CWC is the commission which forecast the various river water point, right? So whatever forecast is required for the various river points, that is done by the CVC, and this is under the jurisdiction of Central Water Commission. So talking about the end user is like district administration, state government. The disaster management authorities and the local administration do not get ample time, or they do not have ample basically the tools so that that can help them to prepare them in advance in any of the natural calamity, right? So this would be helpful for the multiple agencies so that they can adopt some technology and pass the information prior to any of the calamities. Now the advancement of flood forecasts depend upon how quickly rainfall is estimated. So IMD and the Central Water Commission integrate it, and it is known as quantitative precipitation forecast, is also known as QPF. So QPF as a concept is again important for your examination. And reports suggest that the IMD and 35 advanced Doppler weather radars will help for the weather forecasting. So what is weather Dopplers? So Doppler weather radars can measure and can likely rainfall direct, which is also known as quantitative precipitation estimation, that is QPE, from the close cloud relatively for the over large areas, right? So Doppler weather is again important, and for you quantitative precipitation forecast, QPF, these two concepts would be important. Now data deficiencies and the shortcoming. So the advantages of the advanced technology become infructus if the flood forecast and the several river point across the India is outdated. Now in statistical method, अगर आपके पास data है but at the same time you are not using at the right point of time, तो उस data का कोई use नहीं रहता है. तो ये quantitatively में अगर मैं देखूँ तो जो इंडिया की जो flood forecast है, that is being driven by the Google most advanced AI technology techniques, but still talking about the Google AI, they had been adopted in the hydrological data. The forecast of the model derives the river basin across the world for trained AI flood alerts in India. But drastically, it has not improved a lot. It will take a lot more time because we have some shortcomings in the data deficiency. जो हमारे पास data है, जो हमारी calculation है, उसके भी कुछ shortcomings हैं that need to be improved, and the statistical methods has to improved a lot, right? So this is something which would be required. Now talking about the Hindu, basically यहाँ पे एक लास्ट न्यूज़ जो है, दैट इज द SC जजमेंट ऑन द पब्लिक प्लेस प्रोटेस्ट. द सुप्रीम कोर्ट हैज़ गिवन सम जजमेंट, so you can also read this two quotation that would be relevant for you. So this is important for your general studies paper 2. So the Supreme Court has recently said that the public places and the roads cannot be occupied indefinitely for agitation and can be permitted in the designated area only. Because what has happened in the Shine Bagh, so this is with regards to that the court has come with a verdict against a plea that was there in the anti-CAA, the Citizenship Amendment Act. So the protester has led to the blocking of road in the Shine Bagh in the national capital in the Delhi in December. So a huge chaos was again being raised with regards to the Delhi police and the administrator and the handling of the protesters. So this was with regards to the women rights as well and the protester right to freedom of speech and expression that I'll be telling you in the later on slides. So this is something like emphasis is again given with regards to freedom of speech, right of assembly and the peaceful. So this is provided in the Article 19(1) subsection A of the Indian Constitution and Article 19(1)(b). So these are subject to reasonable restriction. As you know, आपने पॉलिटी में पढ़ा होगा कि जो फंडामेंटल राइट है उसमें स्टेट के पास पावर है कि वो रीजनेबल रेस्ट्रिक्शन लगा सकती है कंसीडरिंग द फैक्ट दैट द इंटरेस्ट ऑफ द सोवरेनिटी एंड इंटीग्रिटी ऑफ इंडिया एंड पब्लिक ऑर्डर इज नॉट डिस्टर्ब्ड, राइट. तो ये कुछ कंडीशंस हैं जिस पे रेस्ट्रिक्शंस लगाए जाते हैं एंड रेगुलेशन बाय द कंसर्न्ड पुलिस अथॉरिटीज आर देयर इन विद दिस रिगार्ड. So police is a law enforcement agency and the duty of the police is to regulate as to implement the laws which is there in the Constitution of India. Now appointment of the interlocutors, Supreme Court ने interlocutors भी नियुक्त किए थे. They have appointed the advocate Sanjay Hegde and Sadhana Ramachandran. You must have read this news. So they visited the place along with a former bureaucrat whose name is Wajahat Habibullah. So they were the three interlocutors who were there in the protester side and they actually demonstrated the area and they were assigned the location, they were assigned a task so that they could ask the protester to change their location for any alternate location. But the interlocutor has submitted their reports and in a sealed cover in February only to the Supreme Court. Before lockdown, they have submitted the report that what best possible can be done. So with regards to that only, the Supreme Court has given the judgment. This point can be very relevant for your general studies paper 4 in the case study, right? So take a note of it. This can be relevant in your case studies papers. Now coming to the answers, जो कल के सवाल है उसके correct options मैं आपको बताऊंगा. So the first question here, the correct option is D, that a green bond is issued only when a green project and a brownfield project, the capital raised through the fund is used for the project related to the renewable energy and emission reductions. Statement 2 be incorrect है that the green bond are issued by the multilateral agencies such as World Bank, corporation, government agencies and municipalities. So green bond as an concept relevant for the examination. आप इसके बारे में और डिटेल में पढ़ लें, कुछ और जानकारी चाहिए तो do let us know, we'll be sharing more details with you. Now coming to the second question, यहाँ पे correct option is C, that the Narendranath Datta, who later come to be known as Swami Vivekananda, spread the Ramakrishna mission message and tried to reconciliate the need for the contemporary Indian society. And Vivekananda was a great humanist who used the Ramakrishna mission, humanitarian relief work, the mission of the religious and social reform. And Vivekananda advocated for the doctrine of services and services for the all being. So this is the explanation which will be helpful for you. Now coming to the today's MCQs question of the day. So the first question is coming from economy. Which of the following statement with reference to the commercial paper is correct? It is a short-term debt requirement available at the lower rate than the bank rate. And commercial paper are not needed to be registered with the Security and Exchange Commission, that is called SEC. So you have to choose the correct option A, B, C or D, and you can write your answer in the comment section down below. Now coming to the second question from the modern India, consider the communal award. Which of the statement are correct? It was expressionary of the British policy of divide and rule, and it entitled the depressed class for the separate electorate. So if you have read communal award, it would be very easy for you to answer this question. So do share your answer in the ABCD format. And if you want to share any additional information with regards to the communal award, you can also write in the comment section down below, right? So do participate, write your answer in the comment section. And if you have any other concern, do let us know. We'll be more than happy to assist you. For time being, I'm signing off. Wish you all the best. Stay home, stay safe. Thank you so much.